time has come, we've had some fun.
It's time for the Ship's Gonna Happen podcast. Here with a load of laughs, info, and fun, it's Tony B, Dave B, and Timmy D.
Before I go alone. Don't ask me this and one more song. It ain't too costly, no, I ain't too cheap, so just relax. I'm on my knees.
Welcome to the Ship's Gonna Happen podcast, episode number 81. My name is Tony B. Alongside me, as usual, is David B. and Timmy D. We have a special guest, ChWild Beard, who's been on the show before, and you can catch him on YouTube. He's on the line with us, and we have a friend, Terry F., in the studio today. The views of Ship's Gonna Happen are purely news-driven and do not express the views of any transportation provider or any business entity that uses a transportation provider. Timmy D, what do we do it, my man?
Transportainment.
Boom, right? You can catch us on all the platforms. Just Google us, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, all of them, and our home website, www.shipsgonnahappen.com. We do it for the transportainment, and we got a great one on the line this morning. David B., how are you?
I'm good. Good morning to everybody. Good fall Saturday morning. Good football weather going on. It's just a beautiful day coming through downtown Indy. They've kind of got it. It looks like it's worse than it has been as far as that construction is concerned on 70 and 65, but it's going to be better in the end. This morning's show, along with all of our other shows, brought to you by The Great Divide, 743 East New York Street, downtown Indianapolis. Great place to go after Ship's Gonna Happen week. Great place to go and unwind and hear some good music, get a great meal, and just kind of chat it up with the locals. If you ever go in there, tell Jen that the Ship's Gonna Happen podcast is sent you. Timmy D, how are you this morning, my friend?
Well, I'm a little cold. Wake up and it's 43 damn degrees outside.
You got shorts on.
Well, of course. I'm
Always,
fat. That's
right.
what I do. It's going to be up to 72, though, I guess. So, other than that, I did notice walking up that Tony's grass, I don't know if it's the crisp air out there, but you got it nice and edged out there. The lines are looking good.
There is not a better looking yard.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Do a bang-up job. So, yeah, excited. ChWild Beard's back on the horn. He is absolutely phenomenal.
Yes.
Hilarious and a great guest. So we look forward to catch up, see what he's been up to, what's going on new in his life. And Terry F. joined us in the studio. So excited to have just an all-around good podcast. And the Francois' book, Made in France, came in the mail finally yesterday. So excited to get my hands on that and read a little bit about that. So Tony B, what's cooking, man?
Man, you're right. A little chilly this morning. Thanks for the comments on the yard. I put a little effort in it last weekend and got it ready for. What's weird is you can't even tell I aerated. Like, you know, those little chunks that come out. So
I just had mine done this week. It's
Yeah.
all over the place.
Oh, yeah. So, but anyways, yeah, this is awesome, man. We got ChWild Beard. I'm shocked. He's out of the gig now. David hooked us up with the interview. David, man, start us off here.
Good morning, ChWild Beard. How are you this morning, sir?
Rise and shine. It's money time, baby. You already know. You already know, baby.
I like
It's
that. I
money
like that
time.
attitude. So it's been about 6 or so months since we spoke with you last time. Can you give us a little bit of an update, what you got going on in your life and how things are going?
Yeah, man. Man, it's just it's been good. It's just been good. Life has been good for me. And yeah, like you said, I got out of the trucking industry and just been biding my time. I've got another job lined up. I'll start next month, or I guess it'd be this month since today's October 1st. So it'll be starting like a little bit later this month. So yeah, but been riding Uber, man. I did some local trucking for a while, and then just kind of I was like, I'm done, man. So I got out and then just did some Uber stuff, and just kind of it's an extensive process to get hired on at this new job I've got. So yeah.
What was it that drove you out or drove you away?
Well, there's like a bunch of factors. So, I mean, and obviously you guys have talked about this before, but times are just really hard right now for any owner operator, anybody that owns their own truck. Just things are absolutely terrible. And so I think it was the bad rates, high fuel prices. And then I think, for me, I mean, I did the calculations. I could have stayed out on the road for weeks at a time and go back to doing that again. Um, but that's not what I wanted to do. I put several years in over the road, staying out weeks and months at a time and grinded hard to where I could become an owner operator and not have to do that. And I was like, this is the whole reason why I wanted to become an owner operator was, to make a good living. And you do, times were good back in the day, but also just to have control over my schedule to where I could be home and get a 2-day weekend Friday. I mean, be home Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and leave out Monday again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I would just think, I'm like this, and I was just tired of living out of a suitcase. I had never unpacked my bag. I would just come home, do laundry, pack the bag back up again, and then head back out. And so and I live, I've got a nice home life. I have a Harley Davidson, and I'd like to enjoy some of those things.
And spend some time with your son.
Yeah, and I think that was the biggest thing. I wanted to, my son, he's getting older now. I mean, he's where he knows who I am, and he smiles, and he's laughing and saying some stuff. And so, I think that was priority one for me, just being there for him.
So Wild Beard, let's back up here for those that are listening for the first time. So you were an independent trucker, had your own truck, right? So you're footing, for those that don't know, you're footing all the cost of running this operation, which trucks are not cheap, right? Gas isn't cheap.
They are not.
So did you feel this kind of all of a sudden, or was this something that gradually came to you?
I mean, I would probably say the rates started really, like January, the rates were awesome. Everything was good. Yeah, fuel prices were high, but the rates were still really good, and they skyrocketed up. And then I'd probably say into February, into March is when things just started, from my perspective on the load boards, started to just take a turn. And I mean, my income, started getting cut in half, and I was just doing the same thing that I always done. And I had become, I had some relationships with brokers, that they were always giving me the best rate they possibly could, that they had control over, that, the lower tier broker.
Yeah.
And so it was just it was coming down to the point where I was just like, this is what are we doing here? And I just didn't want to, continue, I'm not going to work just to pay the truck. You know what I'm saying?
Because like you said, you're living out of it, right? You're grabbing bags, you're moving around. I mean, people don't understand that. That's what I wanted to point out, is that you were an independent guy. You don't work for a large corporation that might be able to you're out there going and getting and fighting against all those other people out there fighting for the same load you are, right?
Yeah, and I mean, you would do a counter offer on a load, and then they would just be like, well, we've got somebody else on the line who wants to take the load. And then I just was like, okay. I mean, you play hardball to some extent, and then at some point you got to have a load for the day. So you're just like, okay, I'll just take it. You got to make money. If I'm out on the truck, man, I'm all business. If I'm not at home, then I'm all business in the truck. I'm not out there just to sit around for a day, to play hardball with brokers. I don't like that. I would rather just be working and moving and trying to make the best of it. So it was, it was becoming more and more frustrating. And I mean, I live in the Kansas City area, and the job market over here is phenomenal. I mean, anybody who's trying to get out of truck driving, the job market right now, I feel like, is pretty decent. There's still there's still a lot of jobs out there, and I live in a good area that I have a really great job lined up for me.
So the new gig is going to be at home 24/7, basically, so you can spend more time with your kid and do things you enjoy, like riding your motorcycle.
Yeah, it's I'm home, Yeah. It's it's a union job, so I'll start off second shift, possibly third shift. But yeah, I'm like, it's literally like 7 miles from my house. Like,
Nice.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's
That beats the
it's a
700-mile
great job.
trip that you used to take, huh?
700
Yeah,
miles to
yeah.
7 miles.
I'm just like, do you want me to walk there?
Right.
I mean, like, if gas prices keep going up, I might have to do that too, man.
Break
I
out
don't
the
know.
old Huffy,
No,
man.
Mm-hmm. So what
yeah,
kind?
man, we'll skateboard over there if we
There
have
you go.
to. But no, that's no, I don't know on a skateboard, but yeah, it's just the way it worked out, man. Panned out, and it's taken a long time. I applied probably 3-4 months ago for this job, and then finally, it was a really extensive interview process, and then getting security clearance and stuff like that it was all a lot for me. But I'm finished with all that now.
He lives in Missouri, right?
Mm-hmm.
You live in Missouri, right?
Yeah.
Kansas
I
City
live on
Show
the
me
Missouri
state.
side. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But are you still gonna keep up your YouTube channel and your informative videos and all that? I mean, you've got a lot of followers, so just curious if that's still gonna be I know that was a big passion of yours to educate some people out there. If you get out of the game of truck driving, I still think you have good knowledge to share. So, are you planning on doing that?
Yeah, and I've thought about that a lot. I'm probably do a pivot and shift. I'll be honest with you. I've been talking about truck driving on the YouTube channel for like 4 years almost, and I'm tired of talking about it, like when it comes to like YouTube videos. Like,
Right.
I don't know how many YouTube videos I've made of driving the truck, pulling up at a shipper receiver, drone shot of a truck stop. Like, there's only so much of that repetitive nature I can do before I'm just like, okay, like I'm burned out on this, like creatively. Like, I had no passion to really like create and do like stuff like that. It was kind of starting to dwindle on me. And so I just kind of was like, I'm like, I'm thinking about pivoting, shifting the channel more towards like other blue collar jobs, and just kind of spotlighting there's an electrician that goes to my church, and I'm kind of talking to him about kind of following him around, because he works for the union too, and if that would be a possibility that I could just kind of follow him around, job shadow him, and shoot some different stuff with him and talk about being an electrician. And but I want to make it more like a documentary style. Like, I want to do like long form 30-minute videos.
Yeah.
And spend a lot of more time like intensely like doing, like making it seem more like a documentary about this electrician, and talking about what it means to be an electrician and what your pay is going to be like, and bring information to the channel. Just probably not so much in truck driving as much. Maybe I will again at some point, but I kind of want to pivot and shift, but still keep my subscriber base interested, because that's the key right there. You can't just start making videos about cooking on the grill. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Nobody's going to want
yeah.
to watch that on my channel, So so I'm trying to do like blue collar stuff. I've thought about construction workers, welders, and then I know there's a couple farmers in Indiana that I know really well. And
There's a lot of farmers in Indiana. It's about all that's in Indiana.
Yeah. So my brother lives in southern Indiana, and so
God's
we've
country.
got some connections over there. So I want to kind of like get on there and show their equipment, their tractors, and go into stuff like that, and see if we can create some. You know what I'm saying? Those are just my idea board I'm throwing out. Like, none of that's come to fruition yet, but I'm just kind of like I'm taking my time, man. I don't want to just create content that I'm not proud of.
Be like dirty jobs a little bit.
Yeah.
More like real people, dirty jobs outside of the big Discovery Channel network following them, huh?
Yeah. Just kind of like dirty jobs, blue collar jobs, like stuff that's gonna, to kind of just show a spotlight on the working man and working woman, I
We-
guess, I mean, like, just stuff like that that's gonna like
You never know, man. Like Monkey Garage. You know that show, Monkey?
yeah,
If you read that guy's story, it's pretty interesting because he actually came up with that concept, and then I think started filming like little things about it, and then a network talked to him. I think it was Discovery Channel, and so he really didn't do all that he did on that show. The whole time it kind of evolved into that, but. I'm looking at your page here, your YouTube page, and what's interesting to me is you had like a lot of viewership, right? And like it's just funny to me, like on some of your biggest shows that you had hits, like Broke Down, is a big one, and then to top it all off. You do a show about you quitting, and then that seems to me to be your biggest viewership show.
Yeah, that went kind of viral too.
What kind of feedback have you gotten from that last video?
Well,
I mean, well, truck drivers quit all the time and then get back into it because of money. I mean, it's really what keeps you in there. They just pay you really good to do the job. And for me, so a lot of people message me about my money, like, oh, you're going to get back into it. I've quit 7 times over and got back into it. And then like a lot of people message me, like, hey man, just a lot of support, man. I didn't get any negative messages really. I just got a lot of support being like, man, I just really respect you for your decisions. And like, you've really got me thinking about it. And because it's still like the what I said in the video is completely true. I mean that's probably the most transparent video I've ever done is that video. And I think people know and sense something real. But I mean, it's the truth. I don't want my life to be one big treasure hunt where all I do is just chase after money my whole life, and then I get to my deathbed and I'm like, man, I wish I would have loved people more. I wish I would have spent more time with my family. And but I understand too that some there's truck drivers that have to sacrifice that for their family, sacrifice that time to go out on the road and make money, and I don't look down on that at all. Like I wanted to shift a little bit. I'm 32. It's not like I'm like super old to where I can't pivot and shift and start a new career. And so I was just kind of that was a very sincere video. I wasn't like putting that on or acting or anything. There's plenty of other videos where I'll be like, oh yeah, man, I was definitely acting, I was just trying to be funny, put on a persona. But in that video it was extremely different. It was like a very raw, authentic, like this is where I'm at kind of
Wild
video.
Beard, do you think that what I was trying to get to in that, the viewership, do you think in all your history of doing these videos, and I know we've talked about that before, they can be difficult to do constantly, right? Do you feel that the way you titled these would get you more views, or what does your gut and instincts tell you over how you did your videos? What lessons did you learn, I guess, to get you more views?
Yeah, man. Everything is a factor on YouTube. Everything is. The thumbnail is a factor. The title is a factor. Your tags are a factor. It's all a factor in YouTube. And so you have to, you just got to put a lot of time and effort into thinking. And not every video is going to be a home run. And you just got to accept that. And, but yeah, the thumbnail, the title, the tags, creating like your social media presence and building that up in and of itself, is a huge factor, because then you can share it out. Like for me, I know my people on Snapchat, like this is going to sound really weird, but those people love me, dude. Like I get more support on Snapchat. Now it's a smaller group. I think it's like 1,700 some on Instagram and maybe 500-600 on Facebook page. I don't even really answer messages on my Facebook page as much as I used to, but but just, but on my Snapchat, the thing about that is that like, man, if I share a video and be like, hey guys, like I just posted a new video, it would mean the world to me if you just went there, clicked on it, and just watched the entire video and liked the video and this, that, and the other, share it out with somebody. Like I know people, like my people on Snapchat, they're just going to do that. Like, cause they're just so supportive. Like I get the most encouraging messages on Snapchat, just everything like that.
Wow.
And so like just building up your social media presence is going to be phenomenal. Like, that's gonna help boost your YouTube channel, because YouTube's gonna see that people are sharing that video out, copying and pasting the link in a text message and sending it out, and then people clicking on the link to go to the video. So like all of that contributes to the analytics of a video.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so kind of having that clickable title, clickable thumbnail is gonna just help you out a lot.
Based on your
your
trucking
question.
videos, and then the route you want to go now with interviewing some blue collar people, I think you're going to do an outstanding job. I mean, anytime you post something about trucking, I'm always watching it and riveted from start to stop. And I think with you pivoting to these new videos, I think you're going to do an excellent job. I'm excited to kind of see how this all turns out for you.
Yeah. And I just kind of want to do like a mini series, like maybe 4 episodes, 30-minute long each per episode, and just do like a bunch of filming, editing, and get all of those 4 videos done, and then release them kind of like a TV show, like 1 a week.
Mm-hmm.
After I get it all done, and kind of just do it that way and see what can happen with that. And just, I'm just going to be trying different stuff, and seeing how that works for me. So, I mean, like I said, we'll see how it pivots and how it works. And it may be a flop, man. It may just get like 1,000 views or something, which is still not bad. But, for the amount of time and effort you put into something, I'm going to be really thinking hard about title and thumbnail.
We get excited if we have 50 views. So if we had 1,000, so we're still growing.
Hey,
anyway. So,
dude, I
that's only
remember
'cause I
when
click
nobody
on it
was
10
rocking
times.
with me either, man.
yeah.
It's like, I remember I would post a video up and I would get like maybe 3 comments,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe sometimes 1 comment, and I'd just be like, and I'd respond right away to that person, and it's hard. That's so discouraging when you're starting out, because nobody wants to rock with you, nobody wants to like, hang out or like, do anything. But then once you start growing a little bit, the downside of that is like the haters come and
Haters gonna
control
hate.
you.
The jealousy begins.
Hey,
right?
Wild Beard, real quick, coming from as an independent contractor / owning your own truck, doing your own thing in your own cab, selecting what load you want, where you want to go, all that independence out there. Not Independence, Missouri, by the way. Good little town.
Not in.
Independence, Indiana too.
But my question is, you're going into the union, assuming this job goes through. So that's a completely, I mean, the union has their own mafia, right? So
The views of the mafia expressed by 10 and only 10.
a lot of good things about the union to back you. So now you're going into, I assume they've got the pension and all the free benefits and everything
Maybe
that comes
not.
along with the union and representation. Are you good with that type of structure? You think, is that something that attracted you to the job, or is that just a benefit that's part of the job?
Yeah. So with this job, there was multiple factors that why. I mean, like I wasn't just going to get out of trucking to get out of trucking. You know what I mean? I'm like, I quit. I'm just going to drive Uber till I figure something out. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so for me, how it worked out, like, so this union job, there is no pension, but they do have 401k, the medical insurance and stuff, all the benefits. It's like $50 a week. The time off is really good. They give you like a bunch of holidays off. Like it's like 2 weeks at Christmas. You get 2 weeks after like 90 days. Like you get 2 weeks of just anytime vacation after 90 days. And so, yeah, like I'm definitely going to miss my flexible schedule where I'd be like, I don't feel like doing anything this week. I'm not going to do anything. I don't have to answer anybody. I don't have to call anybody. Just going to be like, not going to book a load for the rest of this week. Like I think I'm just going to chill. But I'll definitely miss that and that control and stuff. But I tell you what, I'm looking forward to the most is clocking in, working my eight hours, clocking out, and going home, man.
Well said.
I think like that,
Yeah.
and they're gonna pay me really good for it, and it's a stable job. So it's they have federal contracts, and so I mean it's a very stable job, especially in the economy we're in. So it's a sweet gig, man.
It's important.
I'll have a supervisor and he's going to be like checking over me and stuff. And it's just like, but man, like I'm just going to put my head down and work and do my thing. And it'll be, like I can talk to a brick wall for 2 hours and make friends with it. Like I'm pretty good with people.
I do it every time I walk in the door home.
Well, you're
Talking to
talking
a brick wall every time.
Well, he's talking to three right now.
Yeah, you're talking to 3 brick walls right now. Wild Beard, have you sold your tractor trailer yet?
I'm still selling it, so I got a guy coming looking at the trailer Sunday evening, and then I've had some people like talk to me about the truck and different things, and I've just been like, if I have to hold it till the market goes back up, I'm kind of thinking maybe November, December it might take a little bit of a peak up. If I have to hold it even for that long, I'm good. Like I still owe money on it, but like I can pay the minimum payment and still be golden.
Let me get this steering wheel
for a good while.
Can you swap?
You want that steering wheel, man?
Yeah. Can you swap that thing out? Let me get that skull steering wheel. Like that would be a nice little centerpiece at the house.
Hey, $10,000. It's yours.
We can negotiate off air. We'll put a pin in that.
Hey,
That's funny.
Yeah, man. No, I do like that steering wheel, man. I like that truck, man. There's a lot of emotional attachment to the truck, man. And so, but I mean, like, I'm not gonna just sell it for like $20K or something.
Right.
Like, people are offering ridiculous amounts for that truck. I'm like, no, man. I guess we'll just have to hold it till somebody actually, like, the market goes back up. So, and I'm cool with that,
Well, the steering wheel's not going to get you any more money out of it, so just swap it out. I'll send you another T-shirt. Ship's Gonna Happen podcast T-shirt.
What a great deal that is.
And I'll get you 2 bonus stickers. 2 bonus stickers. Think about it. You ain't got to answer now.
Put on your locker at work.
You should take it off and wear it like who's the Flavor Flav? Where's the clock? You just wear a steering wheel.
Wear it as a chain. Just attach it to a chain.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Wear
saying.
it around.
That's pretty bad at the bone, man.
Yeah.
So I got a question.
I mean, like,
Go ahead.
lots of good
Go ahead, Terry.
ideas going around the table today. I'm telling you, man. I should talk to you guys more often,
So-
man.
Go ahead.
I got a question. I watched a video yesterday, and more time with your family and less of the stress. But with each time off, will it give you more time with your ministry too? I mean, that's just a question. Because I noticed. that was
Yeah,
something
man.
you
So,
brought up.
I mean, yeah, we can definitely talk about that. So I really don't do any kind of ministry stuff. I do go to like a Bible study on like Tuesday nights, like a biker Bible study. And that's been like super huge for me, man. There's a lot. I got, a couple mentors in there that have really helped me come along on the way. And I love that. I love that Bible study, man, because the dudes in there are just really authentic. Like nobody's trying to fake anything, man. They're all just in there, man. We're all going through, just different shit in our lives that is just, everybody's going through something, and so, I mean, and we've got a lot of, 1%ers in there too. And I don't know if you know what that is or not.
Yes,
but,
sir, I do.
So, I mean, and a lot of those guys have turned in their colors to their club, man. And, they're going to follow Jesus, man, and turn that old life down, man. And so, I mean, that's been huge, man. I've seen a lot of families restored in there, man. And, guys who are, one guy told me, he's like, every day I was coming home and I was just I was expecting my wife to be overdosed,
See,
dead on the ground, on the floor, you know? So, I mean, like, that's probably the ministry I'm involved in. I ride with those guys, and I'm not in the club is that heads that up is called Soldiers for Jesus MC. And those dudes are just legit, man. And it's not your typical Christian motorcycle club or whatever. Like, you know, a bunch of guys go to, you know, Dairy Queen, eat ice cream, and go home. Like, it's not like that at all. Like, they're really into ministry of the motorcycle community. And so, I mean, like, I've just seen so much good happen, man. And so I'm not involved in the ministry, but I go to that, and there's a lot of us that hang out there. And so, like, ministry wise, like, I think, you know, my ministry is probably more on the YouTube channel. I serve in the local church, and I play on the worship team and stuff like that. But yeah, like, all of those things are like, that whole aspect of my life is huge and important. So yeah, I would probably say, like, being home and just being able to be available to do that was a big factor too. So.
Well, I was questioning because my brother is in a Christian motorcycle club, and it's been a big support for him since he's gotten out and turned his life over. That has been a big support for him. Changed everything with the dynamic of his family, and it's actually a pretty interesting situation to be in, to have a support group like that and be able to move forward and have a brotherhood of people that will help you and guide you down that road.
Yeah, a lot of restoration has happened in that. You know, I mean, I was in a pretty dark place too, man, and those brothers stood by me. You know, they just came around and prayed for me, and you know, gave me insight. You know, and I mean, with you know, my family broke up. You know, my son doesn't live with me, and his mom doesn't live with me, and you know, it was a really dark time. And you know, but there was probably back in March, I was in church, and there was just a worship song was hitting me in a certain kind of way, man, and like, it was just speaking to where I was at, you know. And sometimes God he's just there, man. He just was using that song to speak to me where I was at. And I went down to the altar during the worship service, and I was like, nobody's gonna see me cry in this church, bro. I'll tell you that right now. Ain't nobody gonna see me cry in this. Like, dude, I'm a tough dude, bro. Like, nobody's gonna. And dude, I went down there, and like, dude, I just like bawled my eyes out. And I'll never forget, man. I just cried out to God. I was just like, and this is just me, man. And everybody's different. And like, I'm still a little rough around the edges a little bit, you know. But like, for me, when I was just down there, man, I was like, God, I have fucked everything up in my life, and I just don't want to fuck it up anymore. And I'm ready for you to just be king, man. And dude, it was like God came down, and he just did like a hard reset on me. He was just like, it's just like, you know, he just turned it off and turned it back on, and a lot of things changed in my life. And because of that, I'm able to be a good dad, and because of that, I'm able to really help other people and love on other people because of what that change that happened in my life. And just a lot of, you know, I'm thankful for strong men in my life that's stood with me and helped me, and you know, and I've been able to be an encouragement to others too. So that's where it all comes from, man. And
good story. It's good to hear. Yep. You need to spread that love, I think, is what Terry's saying, is that the lot of help out there for people, especially, you know, and not to kind of bring it back to truck driving, but independent truck drivers sometimes go through a lot more emotional fits than you think out there on the road alone. So there's always someone out there willing to listen to you, right?
Yeah. And I think, you know, there was a lot that happened, man. I mean, it was like, just a lot that happened. And I mean, I'm not going to get into all my personal side of things, but there was just it was really bad, man. And, you know, we came through it, you know. I mean, there was I take my little boy to church every Sunday now, and we do devotions every night that he's here at my house. And not not everybody in his life would want that or wants that for him. But God made a way, man, and it's just kind of panned out that way. And those have been answers to prayer. And I just really believe my son's name is Levi, and that's a Hebrew name, and it means to join together in harmony. And back in biblical times, man, when names were prophetic for their children, and man, when I have a little tattoo of his name in Hebrew on my left hand, and every time I see that, man, I just pray that over him, man, that God, you would raise him up to be courageous and strong, and he would be a man of bravery, and that he would rise up to be a leader in the generation to join people together, man, and unite people in a world filled with division. And I think the Lord's going to use him in powerful ways, and so that's, I just speak that over him.
I can see Wild Beard at the pew of the church right now, giving a sermon, man. That might be in your
wheelhouse.
Yeah, down the road, man.
I'd be front row every
Man,
week.
dude, I've been there, done that, got the T-shirt and gave it away, bro. I don't want to do that anymore, man. I don't want to do that anymore, bro. Yeah, man. I'll just, whatever door the Lord opens, man, I'm just gonna walk through it, and I'm not gonna kick any doors down. I'm just gonna let him do the opening, and if he opens something for me, man, then I'll walk through it. And he's opened plenty of doors for me, and and I was discouraged, man. I was really discouraged, and I was just talking to God the other day, man, and I was like, God, I didn't even care anything about what you had to say about anything. I was just doing my own thing, living my own life. And I was on top of the world. I had my sponsorships, the YouTube channel, and, my little boy was coming into the world. I was excited about that. I mean, I was an owner operator. The rates were good. Everything was going good. I was making lots of money. Everything was going good in my life. And I didn't even give you a second thought. The second that I'm ready to turn my life around to you, I feel like everything just disassembles and breaks and collapses. And I was like, God, I was struggling, man. I was like, I just need some blessings too, and I just felt like God told me, man, he was just like, the season I'm leading you into is going to be better than any season you've ever had without me. And man, I found peace in that, man. And that just, I was just like, okay, I believe that. And I'm just going to walk in that.
It goes back to that hard reset and a continuing journey that you spoke of earlier. It's got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Tear them down to build them back. Tear it down to make a better man.
Yeah. And I think, God's just really done that, man. And, like I said, man, I'm no cookie cutter Christian kind of guy, man. I'm a complex nature. I was, I went through a divorce 5 years ago, man. And when I went through that, I think I went through a really dark time, and I just turned, I didn't turn to any God at all. I was just I'm done with you. And I was more agnostic than anything. I don't even think I I think I believed there was something out there, but I wasn't for sure if it was God or anything. So I was agnostic for a season, and then I kind of reconstructed my faith again to believe in God, but I wasn't gonna pursue that as a priority in my life. And now, with where I'm at today, it's completely changed back over, and it's good to have fellowship with him again, man, and hear the Lord speak to you, and just have him speak to you through his word and everything. It's just it's been good, man. It's been good to reconnect for sure.
Well, we're definitely nothing but happy for you. I mean,
yeah, it's
it's good to hear your story, and we're really happy for you, Wild Beard.
So Wild Beard, who is this? I think the guy in your vlog 02, Evil Lord of the Rings and the Rings of Power. I think I could beat that guy in an arm wrestling contest.
Michael, dude.
Yeah,
dude. He's a
monster.
Dude, that dude's a bodybuilder.
You seen it?
Yeah, I met him on met him on Instagram, man, and he's a truck driver too.
No
and so,
way.
Like, he lived in he lived in
cow.
the KC area. Yeah, and so like so we just started we just kind of connected, and then I've been doing a lot of gym stuff lately, and just diet stuff, and so we've been hanging out. We'll work out together a couple times. I've been every time I work out with him, I think I'm doing good. I'm yeah, man, I'm really building up my weight, and I'm really starting to build some strength up, and then I work out with him. I'm yep. Yeah, not there. But he's obviously he does bodybuilding shows and stuff like that. He does
Looks
coaching.
like it.
Like I said, there's probably not enough weights left in the gym for you by the time he gets done using them. Just saying.
Take the 2.5 pounds.
Yeah,
Here you go.
man. He's a good guy though, man. I really like him. Very positive dude. Challenges me a lot, and so so we've I've been getting back in the gym, and that was another thing, staying home too, man. I work out Monday through Friday for probably an hour and 15-20 minutes.
Wow.
Every
I mean, you look in good shape in this video. I mean, you're not, this guy's a monster. You look like you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, it's all right, man. I've gained some weight since then. That's kind of what I've been doing is gaining weight. It's all muscle. So it's I've probably gained with everything that went on in my life, I actually was malnourished and lost a lot of weight. And so probably total, since I've started working out, I've gained 10 pounds total, something like that.
Dude is a monster.
He is so huge, man. This dude, dude looks like
nicest guy in the world, bro. Literally one of the nicest guys in the world.
And so, Wild Beard, you say he's a truck driver in the Kansas City area?
Casey.
Yeah, he does local stuff. He goes.
Does he pull the trailer on his back? Does he doesn't need a tractor? He just pulls it on.
This
his
is
back.
one of those guys that could do that contest, right? Where they're pulling stuff.
Let's get him on the show. I mean, if you could put in a good word for us there, Wild Beard, I'd like to get him on the show.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I bet you I could. He would definitely be able to do that.
That's awesome.
I thought he was a professional wrestler. He looks like a professional wrestler.
Yeah, dude, he's just and he's been lifting since he was 14, man.
Holy
I mean,
cow,
just
man.
that's his
David, this
niche,
dude's
you
big.
know.
I'll have to watch it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, this dude, his biceps are bigger than my head.
It's true.
Mine too.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a really cool dude. His name's Michael, and Michael Wagner, and I'll get you in touch with him, man.
That'd be awesome. Thank
no
you.
no problems at all, man. So he's got I think he's got 1,700 followers on Instagram or something like that too. So I mean, he's always lifting, man, doing videos on Instagram and stuff, doing reels. So, but I've got him on my Instagram. So if you get on my Instagram, there's a picture of him, and I think I tagged him.
Okay.
You can find him through there
Yeah,
too.
Tim just showed me a picture. Holy cow, that guy is huge.
beast.
Darn.
I don't think he stops at the Love's truck stop and gets the 2 for $3.33 on the hot dogs. Is all I'm saying. Don't ask me why I know the price of that with a bag of chips too. Just put it out there.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Well, he told me. I think he told me he takes in 600 grams of protein every day.
Wow, I imagine so. Yeah.
I probably do after my beer
protein,
consumption. There's a lot of protein in beer.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's true, man. It's true, man. So yeah, man, he eats and he meal preps, makes cooks his own. He's a local driver, so he just meal preps for the week, and then he puts a lot of emphasis on that. It takes a lot
I
of time
don't
to
need
do
a
that,
pallet jack. Have you seen my left arm? You can take that pallet jack and shove it up your ass.
He does all of our residential deliveries.
Yeah, man. He just but I bet you he would definitely come on here, no problem.
Is that
Not even an issue.
six
I think
skids of
he'd do it.
pavers for that house? Go ahead and just put it on there. I don't need a lift gate. I'll take care of
Put
that.
his hands in forklifts.
Yeah, man.
I got
He's funny, man.
So, Wild Beard, it's been awesome having you back on the show this morning. We appreciate you taking time.
Dude,
to
man,
be with us.
dude, it's been awesome talking to you guys again, man.
Yes.
Are you in your hometown now in Kansas, Missouri? I mean, Kansas City area.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's awful
I'm-
early
I'm
for
at my
him,
house
huh?
right
It's
now.
at,
Hour,
it's
right?
7. Yeah, we called
Yeah.
him at 7
Yeah.
his time.
7 a.m. Woo. On
Yeah.
a Saturday.
Yeah.
Like David said, though,
That's
man,
right,
we
man.
we really I've enjoyed getting to know you and watching your videos, man. You're a squared away guy. God bless you, man. We appreciate you coming back on the show and hope you will again. And for those listening, you can still catch Wild Beard. Stay tuned to his YouTube channel as he may come out with more
All you gotta do
videos.
is Google literally Wild Beard Trucking
Yeah.
and he comes up.
Yeah. And
What's
Wild,
your Facebook page? Is it Wild Beard Vogue?
Vlog.
Vlog?
Vlogs, yeah,
That's what
yeah.
it is.
I switched it around, dude. I haven't, dude. I'm just kind of in a transition period right now, man, and we're just trying to smooth everything out and trying to figure out where we're going here in the new direction, and might change the name. I might just take trucking off and just leave it Wild Beard.
And you'll know
and
is
not Wild
by
Beard
the
Vlogs or
picture
anything,
where he was
so.
struck by lightning as a kid, turned his beard half
Yeah.
white. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of flair
Yeah,
to it.
man.
I can't imagine what the
That's
bar
it.
scene would be with you. I'd just be a little chump, little fat kid in the corner just waiting for a turn to pick up the scraps with
Yeah.
that beard. That beard is sexy.
Dude, man, I'm telling you, bro. It's it's love telling that story, man. Because like a lot of people will ask you, like,
Yeah.
so is the beer natural or did you dye it or whatever? I'm just like, bro, you want me to tell you the story? They're like, yeah, tell me the story.
Here,
I'm
hold
like,
this.
I was struck by lightning when I was 14.
Yeah. It was a
And they're
great
like,
story.
oh, are you serious?
You had us.
you had us.
You
when
should start
that
shaking
first
at
time
that
you were-
point too. You should start
Hook.
shaking.
That's hilarious.
Hook, line, and
Yeah,
sinker.
yeah, twitching around like
Yeah.
twitching.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
'Cause
not-
I bet you
Yeah.
did well. I bet you did well as an Uber driver. I mean, when you're driving for Uber, I bet you have people captivated and wanting to tip you. And I mean, if I'm in Kansas
Yeah,
City,
man.
Missouri, and I see you're my Uber driver, I'd be like, hell yeah.
Be like, hell yeah.
It's been good, man. I've met a lot of cool people, and then I've met some not so cool
Some
people,
goobers.
man. But
Right.
yeah, mostly people that get in, dude. I just tell them funny stories
Goobers.
the entire Uber ride. Like
Right.
I'm just like I'm like I can shift the conversation to where if I want to talk about, get into some storytelling, I'm like, okay, well, so where are you, like if I pick them up from the airport, like, oh, so where are you coming in from? And then they tell me, and then like I can relate because I've been just about everywhere. Everybody's like flying in from pretty much, I'm flying in from Dallas, I'm flying in from DC, like I've been to all those places. So I'm like, okay, I've been there.
Has anybody recognized
and,
you?
Do I recognize them?
Has anyone recognized you when you're like when you pick somebody up?
Dude, I'm famous only at truck stops.
I got you.
No,
For good or bad.
Yeah. So I did go to the Bible study on Tuesday night, and this guy came up to me. He's like, I hope I'm not being too forward. He's like, but do you have a YouTube channel about truck driving? I was like, yeah, I do. He's like, it's Wild Beard. You're Wild Beard, aren't you? I'm like, yeah. What gave that away, man?
Right.
Like, like it was just like, but then like,
Do you
so
pull the
nobody in
Sharpie out
that
of your pocket and say,
study-
do you need the autograph now or you want a picture? Which one do you want?
Yeah.
So basically, now you're going to be
Dude,
signing autographs at
so
the
this
truck
is-
stop and the church.
Yeah.
So this is what this guy did, man. He starts going up to everybody. Like it's the first time I've ever seen him there. He like starts going up to everybody and be like, dude, this guy's famous. He's YouTube famous. Like, and I'm just like, bro, I have 16,000 subscribers on YouTube. I don't consider myself famous. Like, please stop telling people that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just a normal guy here. That everybody there knows me as Wild Beard. They all know me. That it's my name on my cut and my vest and stuff. So like I'm just like, listen, man, like everybody just thinks I'm a normal guy here, and I really like that. But it's cool that you watch the videos, man. Like, and then like he's wanting to talk to me about getting out of trucking and stuff and this, that, and the other. So, but like him and his wife were team drivers. So yeah, but like that was just really funny. I was just like, okay, man, like stop, like, because he was just, it's just like, there's been like channels that I've watched like on YouTube, and like be like, oh man, that's really cool, and then I'll meet that person in real life. Like I've met like somebody from YouTube in real life, where I'm just like, oh dude, like it is like you do feel like, oh man, because you just like you see him on YouTube and then like we're making videos and you're just like, oh man, I've seen him in real life. This is really cool. and so
We
it
get the
is like a
same
different
stuff
kind of
everywhere we
thing.
go.
Yeah.
We get the exact
Dave gets
same.
approached all the time. Hey,
Yeah.
aren't you David B from the Ship's Gonna Happen?
Yeah, so we see that your buddies with the Tourette's trucker. He was on our
Yeah, he
show a
was on the
couple
show.
weeks ago. So
Good show.
he spoke very highly of
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Good dude.
Yeah. Tourette's trucker, man, we've met up and we've hung out a couple
Really?
times, and yeah, he came to KC one time and he was getting some work done on his truck, and I went and picked him up and we went to Texas Roadhouse and
you.
Went
and,
there last night?
Yeah, man.
Nice.
You went
he was
back
there
and
last
thought you were
night?
mad at it.
Mad at it. Which
He
time?
thought-
You were mad at him for a while.
Well, that's probably true.
No, I was never mad at him.
No, I'm
I'm
talking
mad
about.
at somebody.
Talking about
I'm mad because of the peanut situation.
Tim went to the
Oh.
Roadhouse. It's one
Because
of
they
his favorite
got rid of
places
the
to
bucket
go.
of peanuts that you throw on the ground. I love it. It's just like nasty, trashy, but classy,
Yeah.
So
Said he was
they
never
told him
going back. And
They
then he
didn't even
went
give me
back.
peanuts last night.
Oh, you didn't?
No, they didn't even offer them in the bags anymore. Cheap sons of.
I haven't been there forever.
They have one of the best prime
Hey,
ribs,
man.
though.
Let me tell you something. As long as they keep bringing out those rolls to me,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
oh
good.
yeah, they're good.
You know what I'm saying, man?
Mhm.
That's
Yes,
all
sir.
you need to do, man. Just keep bringing me rolls. I'm gonna give
Rolls
you a
and
$20
honey
tip every
butter.
time, man.
Awesome.
Rolls, honey butter, and I'll take it a water with a lemon. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I really
Nobody got the cheap joke.
Yeah.
Well,
was cheap.
Wild Beard,
I got it.
Wild
I
Beard,
got
it
it.
has been a pleasure having you on again this morning. Next time you're in Indiana, and I don't care what part of the state it is, let us know, man. We'll make a trip. We'll come and shake your hand and put a face to a name and all that stuff. And
And we'll bring a Sharpie so you can sign us.
there we go.
Shut up, dude. Y'all are being ridiculous, man.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
dude.
it's
Anytime,
Wild
like
Beard,
I
Dad.
said, man. Dude, anytime I'm in Indiana, man, if I go to, because you guys are based kind of around Indianapolis, right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime I'm gonna be going back through there, man, I bet you if I go home for Thanksgiving, depends on my job if I get off now. I don't know. I just haven't. So but I'll probably go through Indianapolis on the way there. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Or maybe I won't.
Hit us up, Bird.
Where's your brother living in? You said south side of Indiana?
Yeah, so he lives a little bit north of Evansville.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Southern
yeah.
Indiana.
I know that very well
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah. It's where where that one the inmate. And,
Inmate
Oh,
and the
mhm.
the
So-
inmate and the prison guard, the old blonde lady that sold her
Yeah,
house.
She took
Well,
off
Ended up
with
at a
him.
car wash or something.
Yeah.
and they get busted down there. Then she killed herself or
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
Hey,
Did she kill
fun-
herself?
She
What a
did.
tragedy.
Yeah. Fun fact is Evansville is where all the MREs at the military eats.
Mm,
Oh,
that's where it come from.
Man, yeah.
They grow a lot of watermelons too.
In Evansville?
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. One of the
I
biggest in
didn't
the
know that,
Midwest.
man.
Oh, a
I didn't know
ton
either
of
of
them.
those two things.
Yep.
They have a river fest every year too. I know that.
I used to
But
call on it.
Wow.
the decent
Yeah,
casino
man.
that took all my money. Sons of biscuits.
Oh yeah, they do have that too, right?
Right. Well, Wild Beard, can we get you back on the show sometime
Yeah.
also?
Get it-
Yeah, man.
Get it
Yeah,
back.
man. I mean, next time I come back on, bro, I can tell you some Uber stories, bro. I
Yeah,
can
there
tell
we
you
go.
about weird people,
Yeah,
bro.
we'll show
Like
with that.
Hey, yeah, Uber stories.
I think he would
Yeah.
be an
Wild
awesome.
Beard.
There's what you need to do, Wild Beard. You ought to record your Uber rides or whatever and turn those into videos.
I don't know if you could do that. Are you let them?
Maybe.
I don't know what the
know.
legalities are.
I'm sure I'm sure they have to sign some
the
sort
people that I would want to put on the channel, they wouldn't sign the waiver. You know what
Ah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
They would
You could
be-
call it
they would
Fuber
just be like,
and then just do your own, not even
Or-
do Uber.
or Woober,
Woober. Yeah.
Wild Beard, or whatever.
Well,
yeah. However you-
Woober. Yeah.
"Oh,
You want to stick around for random
Yeah,
thoughts,
they-
Wild Beard?
random thoughts.
You want to stick around for the last little part of this show for the random thoughts, David B's random thoughts?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Go
Good.
ahead, man. I'll stick around.
Put me on the spot this morning.
All
I
right,
didn't come with any random thoughts
Getting-
other than football. I guess if we want to talk
Yeah.
football this
Hey,
morning.
Tim,
So-
put this on. This will be fun. Yeah. Hey, random thoughts.
Is there? I'm glad we don't have video.
David B. Hang on.
So this is good. So Tony is putting on a Joe Biden mask.
Halloween mask.
Halloween mask.
Getting
so
funky and
there
dunky
we
with
go.
it. David
All
B.
right. Yeah. Yeah. There
Hit
we
us up,
go.
David.
I'm working on it.
Yeah,
So,
Rand?
Wild Beard, are you a Kansas City Chiefs fan?
Oh yeah, man, 100%.
There we go.
They've converted.
So
me.
how
I
did
drank the Kool-Aid?
so
bro.
the-
it's
the-
over for me,
the
man.
Colts beat the Chiefs? In case you didn't, know
I
that
predicted
from
it.
last week or whatever. So
I
Yeah,
was
you-
very
Someone
well
in the
aware
room
of that.
predicted it.
I was.
yeah. So who do the
Was,
Chiefs
man.
have this week? Do you know right off?
Oh, dude, is it the Bills?
Yeah, you got a rough week. You're gonna
know.
get beat again.
Is it the Bills?
I'm not sure.
I thought didn't the Bills
I'm
and
not
the
for sure either.
who the Bengals play Thursday night?
They played the Bills. The Bengals played Miami
Oh,
Dolphins.
that's right. That's right. Okay.
Second team in a row to knock out two.
Oh,
yeah, I know. And I just picked him up in fantasy.
They
Yes,
they
sir.
play the Buccaneers. They play the
Oh.
Buccaneers.
Ooh,
That'd be
another loss.
in Kansas in Kansas City or
Brady.
where's that game
Let's
at? Do you know?
It's in the Bucks. It's in Tampa.
Oh, okay.
What's
Yes,
now,
it is.
speaking of which, I meant to say this in opening before we get too far. Florida Floridians. Go ahead. You want to say?
No, I
it?
thought you were gonna compliment me on my prediction.
Well, I'll get back to that. Hurricane Ian tearing things up
Devastating.
down there. It's absolutely amazing the damage it did. And so far, the little amount of people that actually have died that they know of. So,
Oh, I know.
but it tore up the entire state of Florida. It tore up South Carolina yesterday. It is so hearts, thoughts, and prayers go out with them. And that's what I got. So let's get back to the whole Kansas City.
But hang on
I
though,
meant
let me-
to say that
real
at the
quick
beginning
here,
of the show.
real quick. I'm glad you brought that up because the house we stayed in is gone. I saw it in the video yesterday.
Was it that a
gone.
relation of yours house? Or-
No, that's what house we rented when we went.
when they
But
go.
she's in Naples, the mother-in-law. She's not gone to the house yet. There's some flooding in her area. She may have been spared by it, but the house that they do live in Bonita Springs was fences tore down, sheds upside down, flagpole was bent, and it's actually a pretty big flagpole, thick. And it was bent, and then this time they'll find alligators all around. There was a manatee. Did you see that video? The
No.
manatee. There was a manatee on the sidewalk coming out of the water, and then kind of turned around, went back in the water. And somebody actually had that on video. It was bizarre. Yeah.
So I guess I'll go with a random thought. Like yesterday, my Uber driver going down to Indy was of Burmese descent. It was over here. He's been a citizen for 15 years. His story about coming from Burma to over here was just outstanding. I mean, I wish there was more stories out there for people that are coming over the right way and stuff, and just to hear where they came from and how appreciative of them being here. I'm not normally a guy that gets emotional, but he almost had me on the verge of tears. It was that good. of a
Well, it's
story.
good hearing stories. I mean, we all remember how our ancestors got here, right?
Right,
And then to
right.
hear somebody that just got here, and how they got here, kind of like how we did with Francois, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what a story that was. I mean, it means something. It's still the best place in the world to be, right? So,
Yeah, it was just an awesome story. Well, but anyway, on to football.
So, Wild Beard, do you have any college teams you like, or do you just kind of follow the Chiefs a little bit and that's about it?
Yeah, I don't. Basketball season, once that comes around, I'll watch UK, man. 'Cause I'm from Kentucky.
Oh,
So, I mean,
Jayhawk,
like
man.
that's in the.
You
Are
did, you did say
I mean,
Kentucky, right?
No,
No,
UK. He's talking about
he's-
University of Kansas.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, I'm talking about University of Kentucky.
He's talking about
Oh
Kentucky.
my gosh!
'Cause
There
he-
you go.
because he's
That's
got
it.
a 606 area code, right? Are you from Kentucky originally?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where
yeah,
at?
I've lived in West Virginia and Mississippi,
Yeah.
but mostly from Kentucky.
Where at in Kentucky?
I lived in Lexington, was where I was born.
Oh
Kinda
my
spent a lot of
gosh!
time there.
We gotta quit talking to this dude.
I got a lot of family, Wild Beard from Kentucky. I was born in Kentucky. I was born in Hyden, Kentucky. You know where that is?
What's it close to?
Hyden. It's southeast of London. It's in the hills, brother. It's in the hills.
Yeah, that's Appalachian. My
Yeah,
mom and
yeah.
dad live in Ashland.
Oh, they're not. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So, what part of West Virginia did you live in?
Dude, I don't even want to talk about that state, bro. I don't even want to talk about that state. That's
Mm-hmm.
a terrible place to live. No, I lived in southern West Virginia in Logan County,
Yep.
Logan, West Virginia. I graduated high school from a place called Man High School.
Yep.
It was the
in,
worst.
You know where that
in
is,
Man,
man?
That
West
was the worst place I
Virginia.
ever lived, man.
Yep. My family
So,
runs deep
yeah.
in that state. Wow.
Yeah.
So, hey, Wild Beard,
Yeah.
while you were driving, did you see a lot of autonomous trucks?
I never saw one, man.
Okay.
I never saw one.
That's
I
Tony's
never
topics
saw
next
any
week,
of
I
that stuff.
think.
Yeah.
Autonomous trucks. Or
Yeah, man.
unarmed.
You think they're going to take over?
I don't-
You think
we don't-
they'll-
we don't
they'll
know.
eliminate the
Probably
truck driver?
not. Maybe on the line haul portion in some areas, because the I had an article for today, but in case we needed it, but it just seems like some bigger like Werner, Knight, and some of these bigger companies are starting to sign some deals with the companies that are producing the autonomous trucks. So looks like they're, because the reality of it is they can only get a clear signal from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, really in the Southwest, like cruising through California to Arizona, right? New Mexico.
Right.
And when they start getting into Colorado, Nebraska, they don't get the full signal for GPS. They almost have to go back and program that in because they can't get a continuous live. Like you can't get like I can be in a cornfield in Indiana and not with I don't have a cell signal, right? So it's kind of weird, but down in the Southwest, I guess it's kind of permanent.
What are you doing in the cornfield?
Driving to see you,
Oh,
having to
okay.
go through. I mean, you got to do it too, right, Tim?
Oh,
I mean,
gosh.
it's amazing. You'll be in the middle of a cornfield between two towns and you don't have a signal. And you're like, there's
Oh.
a rover on Mars that they're operating from NASA, but I can't get a signal in this cornfield.
Good point.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
speaking of the signal thing, is down in Florida, that's what a lot of the news channels using is Elon Musk, that
Starlink.
Starlink or whatever. They're launching those to
Oh,
get signal
dude.
to do the live feeds
Yeah.
because it's so screwed up down there.
Yeah, we lost him.
Did we
We did
lose
lose
Wild
him.
Beard?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all right. But speaking of that, his goal is, because I like him, I follow him. His goal is to have free internet for the entire world. So that's what he's doing with that Starlink. And he's going to come out with a cell phone next, is what he's saying.
Really?
And his cell phone will be linked to
the
Starlink, and you can call Europe for the same amount of money you can call It won't matter. There'll be no like international
number.
Yeah. Well, there'll still be the number, but not the, now you're charged $999
Right.
a minute,
Right.
And this
What
is-
kind of what you dialing them 1-900 numbers again? $99 a minute. What's going on?
Was he the one that made the
I only
bid
need 1
for
minute.
Twitter? Was he the one that made the bid to buy
Yes.
Twitter? or
Yes. And
They're still going through.
they're still
legal.
going through that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good story though. Anyway, that's right now it's in a court because he's backed out. He wants to back out, and Twitter's now saying you have to buy me.
He's
And
backing
so-
out because there's so many robot accounts, fake accounts.
How many fake accounts out of 10? If you had out of 10, let's just say, how many fake accounts do you think there are in Twitter? Because
8.
it's been discovered. Yeah.
8.
8.
Mhm.
8 out of 10, dude. Fake.
Oh, seriously? That is the right
Yes.
answer? Oh,
8
I
out of
didn't-
10.
I didn't know that was the
8
right
out of
answer.
10 of them are fake. 8 out of 10 of them are robots or political driven.
Yeah. So what these people do, this was crazy because I dug into this just real quick here. What they do is, so you and I create an organization, call it whatever, non-for-profit. We get all this funding from political people. And then you and I would go in and create a bot community of like 10,000 bots that aren't not 10,000 people, 10,000 bots. So then you and I say, hey, this is great. And then we feed it to all the bots. They delay it by minutes and then they pump it out. And it looks like, it takes like 10,000.
That's why it starts trending.
Yeah.
It starts trending and it retweets,
It's
and
so-
then people have it on their feed. After
Yes.
so many retweets, it comes
Yeah.
up on your feed immediately. But for someone to figure out how to do that, you got to give them credit on that.
Well,
man.
yeah. That's why I assume that's why we've not trended yet.
Because we don't have no bots.
Yeah, because we don't have enough bots.
All right, we're gonna go to the local high school. And we're gonna make every one of them
Yeah.
a bot because we
Yeah.
wouldn't know how to do it. So we're gonna have to use live humans to bot
Yeah,
to retweet everything we put.
yeah.
I only get on there just literally to post the show and I hop right off. I'm not a fan.
I never was a big. I was never big into that. I don't know why. I just never really got into that or Facebook.
I
never got
tweeted
into
the
that.
other. I think it was it 2 weekends ago. We were watching the Notre Dame game over at a buddy's house, and one of the Tortino's chips was like smoke and burnt, like just crisp.
Mhm.
So I tweeted at Tortino's, can you tell me the cook time on this one chip? And then I put like hashtag Fiesta Bowl and all that stuff. Just,
Yeah.
I don't know if I got anything out
Did
of
you
it.
get a free bag of chips? No.
I did the same thing to Frosted Flakes. The Frosted Flakes had something wrong with it. They actually sent us like 2 free boxes of
Wow.
Frosted Flakes. We did it on the kids' Twitter account or whatever.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff.
Hardee's tweeted something about like the Mike Lindell thing or whatever when he got the FBI rated him at a Hardee's. Or
Oh,
whatever.
because it was at
I don't
Hardee's,
remember-
right?
Yeah, you got arrested at
I don't
Hardee's.
remember what they
Yeah.
said, but it was pretty good.
I
Yeah.
love if you actually get on their Wendy's, blast McDonald's all day long.
Do
You
they?
guys
As they
seen that?
should.
Yeah.
As they
Yeah,
should.
they
Go ahead,
can't
Terry.
order a
Wendy's,
cheeseburger.
Wendy's blast everybody.
Yeah, whoever
do
owns
they?
that Twitter account, man, it is hilarious.
Isn't it a good
You
one?
have to
Okay.
follow Wendy's.
I will. It sounds.
It's not just on their Twitter account. A lot of the towns, the big towns, they get it. They do the signs the same way.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The below their sign,
Yeah,
where they put up the.
they have messages below their signs. Blasting
Intimidators.
McDonald's, blasting Burger King. I just watched one
It's
the other day.
hilarious.
I just watched one the other day. Wendy's, McDonald's, and some other franchise are all on the same street, and they've been hanging signs towards each other for like 2
No
or 3
kidding.
weeks.
Like a battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
it.
There's
I do
they're
too.
billboards.
That's
So it's-
hilarious.
It's not just Twitter. They're doing it
Yeah.
in their stores.
That's
good
hilarious.
stuff.
Yeah.
It is hilarious. It's a
is
good
fun.
follow for sure.
Awesome.
All right, fellas.
So big Marion game today.
David's got a big game. Who's going to win, David?
Homecoming.
Marion.
Homecoming.
Yeah.
They're gonna beat their
Ooh.
rivals.
Dave's
Yeah.
got a shirt on.
I do. I got a sweatshirt.
Him and Tara headed straight down the
ended up-
tailgate right
Yeah.
after this.
We are. I ended up. So I did the same, just out of convenience. I did the same menu again today. So I'm wearing green bean juice on some of my clothes. So
I don't
Yeah,
think
well.
that'll be the only spot.
At the end of the day, right? That's hilarious.
That's just the beginning of it.
yeah,
Yeah, Terry, thanks for
Hall-
coming in today too, man. It was
Hall of
neat.
Famer Aaron will be there. So
Aaron.
So yeah. it'll
Hey,
be-
Aaron?
Aaron will be
Hey,
there.
Aaron.
Hey, Ron.
Yep.
Nice, man.
Yep.
Big day.
3PL, Aaron.
What time's the game start?
1.
1.
Tailgate starts at 10.
Oh,
So
Gotta get to getting.
What's
gotta
David
get-
saying? Got to get to getting.
we got to get to get.
Got to get to getting.
So yeah, today was a good show. How good
That's
to have
fun.
Wild Beard
Yeah.
back.
He's a
That
good
was-
man.
No, dude.
It's been through a lot, right?
Yeah, I would really like to meet him in person.
It's a changing life event for him here, and
And I think all of us in over time have went through.
Yeah, I think so.
Somewhat similar scenarios.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was good.
I think that's a
Well,
good
Terry,
one.
thanks for coming into the studio, man.
Thanks, Terry.
I know you didn't get
Terry.
much words in, but
It's hard with us three to get a word
it's
in.
true.
Yeah,
It's true.
I felt like I talked over you earlier. Sorry about that.
Who?
You were
Me?
trying
I didn't
to-
notice it, brother.
Yeah,
I hope I didn't talk over
You're listening to
anybody.
the Ship's Gonna Happen podcast.
That's right.
Appreciate everybody listening on a Saturday morning. We'll get it uploaded.
And thanks again to the Great Divide for their sponsorship for our show. We have a billboard up on the south side of Indy, and with that they have sponsored for us. And
Yeah.
then also they were kind enough to put their little sign out front of the building that
I'm
says,
glad you said that.
"Listen to the Ship's Gonna Happen podcast."
They got new windows
Thank you
too.
for- oh man, tell you what,
Finally.
yeah, it is such a difference.
Timmy D got a haircut.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Got to keep it clean, man. Got to keep it clean.
High and tight.
High and tight. All right. Thanks, man. Everybody's out.
I know we.
Thanks for Bella's Bartok for the music.